Hey guys, welcome back to another video, and in today's video we are doing the Shrine of Secrets review for the 11th of May 2021. I don't really have anything to say for this first part other than then I will try and get another video done this week, maybe a commentary or a gameplay, I don't really know yet, but I'm gonna try and do that this week. So I think we'll just jump straight into it, shall we? First of all, we have Dead Hard, which is a David perk and very infamous perk. Basically, when it's an exhaustion perk, so when you're running and you're injured, you can press the active ability button, which is X for me on I don't know if I think it's E on PC and then A on Xbox, I think. When you're injured, you can press that button and then you can dash forward to basically avoid a hit and get distance. This perk is very controversial because it's quite strong and it basically gives survivors a second chance when it's not really deserved. I play both sides, but I do play killer more, but I do play both sides. And I try not to use Dead Hard because I know, as someone who plays more killer, I know how annoying this perk is to play against. I know it pisses me off when I play killer and people use this because they can just press a button to get free distance, which will extend the chase for even longer when they should have just gone down. It's basically just doing that at the press of one button. It doesn't take any skill. You do have to time it because you can also, like I said, avoid a hit if they're really close. But yeah, this one is annoying. It is strong, obviously, and it's definitely one of the best perks in the game if you time it right and you know how to use it and stuff. Again, if you play killer a lot, you've probably played against people using this perk and it is fucking annoying. However, as buying it from the Shrine, I don't think you should because I'm pretty sure David's a free character. So I would honestly say this perk is just worth letting up because he also has We're Gonna Live Forever, which is a good perk as well because that gives you loads of points. And also No Mither, which is not very good. But the point is that he has Dead Hard and he's free. So I never normally recommend getting perks with free characters because you can just level the characters up. Like, blood points are fucking easy to get these days, and I think buying this from the Shrine would be a waste. So yeah, definitely a perk to get, but not here, not from the Shrine. Ugh, pardon me, sorry about that. Next up we have Discordance, which is a Legion perk, and this one has it so it highlights an aura that has 2 or more people working on a gen in yellow, and that's from a certain radius, and then it will remain for a few extra seconds after the extra survivors have got off the gen. So basically it will just tell you if there's at least 2 people on a gen at any time. This can be activated at the same time, so if there's 2 survivors on one gen and 2 survivors on another, it will highlight both in yellow. This perk is honestly really good. This is a really solid tracking perk because survivors very often spawn together because they always spawn furthest from the killer. So they often spawn together. There's also offerings to make them spawn together. I'm pretty sure killers have an offering like that. I think the killer one is just to make them spawn apart, I'm pretty sure. But there's a survivor offering to make you spawn all together at the start. So you can literally get value from this right at the start because you know where at least 2 people are. This is also a good perk, not just for early game, but for mid game as well. If you're like in that moment where you're kind of walking around and you can't find anyone, like maybe you've just hooked someone or you just lost a chase or something, and you're just in that moment where you're just walking around with like nothing to do. This perk is good for that because if it goes off, you know that there's at least 2 people over there, so you can go put some pressure on. Yeah, like I said, early game obviously is crazy good because you can just see where people are right at the start and then you can immediately go get it down. So Discordance, I would say, is actually pretty good. This is good on most killers, I would say. I mean, why not? I use this quite often as well. It's a good one. Yes. Next up we have Coup de Grace, which is a twins perk. This is actually one of the few killer perks in general that I don't own, so I will be buying it after this because I don't have twins. But basically, every time a gen is completed, Coup de Grace gets a token. I'm pretty sure I'm pronouncing that right. Coup de Grace. It gets a token every time a gen is done, and then each token has it so your lunge distance is increased. I mean, it says 70% here. I don't know what it goes up to. I don't know if it's 80% maybe. But yeah, so you can anytime you would lunge, it uses up a token, and then you lunge really far, basically. Like, again, if it is 80%, that's fucking crazy. So it's a good perk, I think. It's a niche one. It's one of those, like, kind of meme one. Not really a meme one, because, like I said, it actually is quite good. But, it's like one of those ones to kind of mess around with a bit. Um, Obviously, I think the main thing is that I'm somewhat, I mean, at least for me, I lunge all the time. Like, literally all of my hits are lunges. So I feel like you have to just be careful with this one, because literally, even if you accidentally, hold the button down for like even like half a second longer, it counts as a lunge. So if you want to save these tokens, you just have to be really close to the person and just literally tap your attack button to just do a hit. So it can be kind of hard to preserve tokens because, again, like I said, I don't have this perk, but I know that if I did and I used it a lot, then I feel like I wouldn't get the most value out of it because, again, I lunge all the time. Like, I lunge so much. So I feel like it will be hard, for me at least, to preserve tokens. So I imagine that it's hard for a lot of people to just get really close on and just tap it and just to make sure not to like hold it down for even a second. But yeah, it's a niche one. It's a fun one. I'm going to get after, and it's fun. It's good. Like I said, it's fun, but it also is genuinely actually solid because you can just, end the chase around a loop just like that because you can catch up. Also, just quickly, as I found out the other day, this can go through dead hard. So if they swing and you dead hard, and like if they've timed it right, it can go through your dead hard and still down you, which I just think is funny. And finally, we have Stakeout, which is a detective tap perk. By the way, the reason they're bringing out perks, I just realized this the other day because I think they brought out Hoarder or something last week, or they brought out like some, Binding of Kin perk. It's because the twins have a tome. This archive tome is about the twins, so that's why this perk is also being brought out now. So I will also say that I will go over in my conclusion, but basically if you have the Rift Pass and you want to obviously get it and do the challenges, I would definitely pick up the twins perks because you'll need them for challenges like with Coup de Grace, and then one of them's like start a chase with Hoarder and stuff like that. So I just thought I'd mention that there. But anyway, Stakeout is a perk, which is also another token perk, and every 15 seconds you spend within the killer's terror radius, but not in a chase, you get a token, goes up to 4 tokens, and then each token gets used up when you're working on a gen, and it will basically turn a good skill check into a great skill check, and also grant additional progress, which is not a whole lot, but it's bonus progress, I guess. I think this one is kind of like, I guess it's good for like beginners. It's a nice one. It's like a nice feeling to have because it's like, it can be helpful to get a guaranteed great skill check. But what I will say with perks like Technician and Correctional Action, I can't remember what that one Jonah perk is called. Corrective Action, I think. Is that skill checks are really easy in this game. I know there's things like, there's some terror radius perks and like add-ons and shit like that and overcharge and shit, but not overcharge, I mean oppression. But the point is that skill checks in general are very easy to hit in this game, especially great ones. Well, I say especially great ones, but it's not like astronomically difficult. Like, I feel like this perk is good to get a good grasp on skill checks. But after a while, you won't really need it because, again, you'll get great skill checks a lot. And, the 1% bonus generator progress, I don't think 1% is, anything crazy. So I think this one is good if you're trying to learn things like that. But other than that, I would not say to use or buy this because it's just a bit, like, not that helpful after a while. So which one should I think you should buy? I think Discordance is honestly the best one here. Discordance is solid. I love using this perk. It's so good and it gets you value a lot. Like, you'll guaranteed get value from this every match because survivors very much like to work together on stuff like that. And again, not just, I said offerings earlier, but also there's perks. There's literally the newest survivor has a perk to show each of his auras and stuff, so they can just go in gens like that. So you'll get value from this all the time. I'd also say Coup de Grace because of the tome. I will say this perk is obviously good in itself, not just for the challenges, But as I mentioned earlier, it actually is a solid perk. It's fun, it's memey, but it actually is solid as well. So yeah, and I mean, Stakeout, like I said, if you're learning skill checks, great, use this because it's good. Other than that, don't use it. And Dead Hard is also good, but not to get from the shrine because you can level up David for that, you know. So guys, that's good it from me. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you found this useful, and I hope to see you in the next one.